regular council meeting of the Village of Armada, March 26th, will now come to order. Where everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May I have a roll call, please, the clerk?
Clark,
Here.
Conan, Wolock,
Here.
Ballard,
Here.
Cooper, here, Elke, here.
Next is the approval of the agenda.
Oh, I just didn't know this.
I'll be with you shortly.
Yep. No, you have to go down there. Look at it, there's an agenda item J down here. If that's what you're looking for.
I can't get it on.
Yeah, we got a doozy. You did just have, oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, no, I did. Now we need to add the resolution to the agenda.
Yes.
You want to just state what it is so I can write it down? It's to open a savings account for the water fund at the third bank.
That'll be J.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're adding that. A resolution to open up an account at the Fifth Third Bank. And that is taking it out from the Lakestone, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Joe and I have talked about this before, and it seemed to be more reasonable with probably the rates and everything else that may benefit our village. So that's why we're going to consider that tonight. And signatures will be the treasurer, the clerk, president, and a president pro tem. And there will be no others to sign. And also, I'd like to take GB3D, which is 2018-19 wage allocations.
You gotta take it to where? Off or move? What are you doing?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me read this.
That's under new business, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, now strike my words there, please. So, what is the council's wishes as to the agenda?
Mr. President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as presented.
Amended?
No, amended.
Amended?
Yeah.
Amended
Yes.
as presented, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. At this time, the floor is open up to the citizen comments. We have Mr. Jeffrey Arch here in the audience too, if you have any questions of him. I don't know how long he's going to stay, but he has a few words for us. We'd like to have him here so he don't have to stay if he wants to too, you know, so.
Hey. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much, honorable council members. I said I'm State Representative Jeff Yarrick. I'd like through the year. I think I've stopped by a few times. I try to get around to all the boards and commissions throughout the year, trying to keep touch base with everyone. I want to say thank you for opening up your chambers a half hour early before your meeting to allow me to be available for residents who came in and want to talk about issues. Just a few things, and I am staying for the meeting. This is part of why I come. I want to listen to what local government they're talking about, so we'll stay, and if anybody has issues they want to talk about after the meeting, I'll be here and available for them. Some positive things. I'll tell you that road funding, we did pass $175 million additional money that went out to agencies. Want to make it clear, there's a lot of debate about this road funding. This was extra money. We came in under budget from last year, so we decided to move that out. I think there's been a lot of debate whether or not this is enough to fix the roads. It's not enough to fix the roads. This was extra, and we decided instead of waiting till next year, let's get it out now. So nobody thinks this is the fix to everything. Just we know there's a crisis. Let's get some more money out there for agencies. On road funding, I don't know if you realize that Macomb County and a lot of our communities, we tend to be a donor in this system to the rest of the state. Macomb County is about 8.7% of the population. We get about 7% of the money. So I have a bill to help change Act 51, which is what distributes the money. A few other representatives from Macomb County, we're all pushing this issue. You'll notice that County Executive Hackle is talking a lot about this. I've been reaching out to his office saying, all of Southeast Michigan, we have to come together to fight for Southeast Michigan. Thing specific to all of you is that I'm a big fan, supporter of local government, having come from local government, 17 years on the city council. All of you, at one of these meetings, we brought up the issue about your salvage title issues with the fact that you have money in your salvage title fund, but you can't use it for operations. And so I started pushing that in Lansing and basically said, you guys are, Armada's allowed to buy the police car, they can't fund the police officer in the car. And that made sense to people. So I introduced House Bill 4922. It has passed the House and the Senate, and I just checked, interestingly, it was presented to the governor 1254 today. It was presented. That doesn't mean signed yet. It's on his desk, and we're waiting to see and the Secretary of State supporting it. So hopefully that kind of helps with your police funding issue. So we got that out of coming here. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm always available for people's concerns.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Anyone else would like to address the council at this time? State your name for the record, and you have 3 minutes, please. No one else? Okay, we'll move on. There's no presentations tonight. Next is the administrative reports. F&B report, Mr. Clark and Chris, please.
Sure. So since Chris is here, I'll turn it over to him.
I will be as short as possible. The month of February, we didn't have any exceedances on our NPDES permit. We had an average flow per day of 215,000 gallons and a maximum flow of one day of 909,000 gallons, which exceeds the plant's design. That was due to the unusual snow melt and the rain and some things that we had. You guys have seen most of this stuff in the action items part before, the thing that's in bold, the mechanical bar screen. I will let you guys look at it. Steve has talked about it at the last council meeting in Appendix E of your reports, one of the last pages. I've got kind of a life expectancy, worst case scenario, best case scenario if it's rebuilt and refurbished from the company. If you guys are still interested in looking at doing that. We have used up almost all the $15,000 that we were allotted a year for maintenance cap. It was just brought to my attention it's too late to try to talk about raising it for the fiscal year that starts July 1st. But it is my idea that if we raise that above $15,000, you guys wouldn't have to pay a check back to us. And if there's any monies left over, it could be rolled over to the following year or put into some kind of fund where if you did have a capital maintenance item that need to be done, example, the backflow preventers in the grit room, it could pay for that. But it was brought to my attention that can't do that yet, or it's too late to do that for this year. On February 2nd, we had electrical equipment at the plant, did infrared testing on it. Bisbee came out and did that. We talked a little bit about that last council meeting. On the 27th, Clark Fire and Safety was out to inspect and approve the fire extinguishers. They did change out a couple of them. On February 5th, we collected our low-level mercury effluent samples and sent them out for analysis per the implemented mercury minimization plan. And we had our land application, our biosolids tested on February 21st. And I'm happy to report our arsenic level came back on table 3. And again, this is the wastewater, the sewer report. I would still recommend additional cleaning of the sludge storage tanks until the mixing system gets upgraded in the future. I've spoken to Ed, the DPW, he's on board with letting us use the hydrant to flush. So when it gets down to a certain level, it gets so thick, the companies can't pump anymore out, and there gets to be about 1.5 to 2 foot left. There's no flow meter to measure the flow. I'd have to do calculations on the tank or have somebody there to be a witness to how many extra gallons we put in there, because that would be something that the village would have to approve and pay for, the extra gallons.
But it did work out good for us the last time. So you do get a concentration in that lower level.
Yeah.
You want to keep it mixed and
There's
moving. Get
two
it out of there.
working mixers out of the 6 that are in that tank, so we don't get much mixing. We had 6 emergency call-outs during February. 4 of them were billable, 2 of them were high flow alarms. Due to the rain and snow melt, the flow was coming in above 270 gallons a minute, so it set the alarm off. The other 4 were all electrical issues, the same type of thing that we've been dealing with. And on February 18th, Brian Lee decided to try an alternate source of power for the SBR reactors. I'm not going to say it fixed it or helped it, there's still an issue, but we haven't had any more since February 18th, so a little over a month. It kind of goes in spurts. We didn't have any during January either, so let's just hope that they're all taken care of. There is a little page in here that you guys have that shows what we've used annually on the maintenance cap. The one highlighted in yellow is like a half a year, because that's when we took over. Almost done, guys. You do have the Hydrodyne engineering thing. That's the mechanical quarter-inch bar screen. DQ was out here last Wednesday. He was on board with getting that refurbished and reallocating the monies that would have been used for a new one somewhere else on a different piece of equipment. From what Hydrodyne and other people have been telling me, this cost that you'd be paying would be about 1/3 of the cost of a brand new quarter-inch mechanical fine screen or a different type of like auger with a basket or something that would remove 90+% of your rags and other debris. I'm getting there. We had the RPZs tested just recently. That's what protects the drinking water from any kind of backflow contaminations. The 2 that are in service, they passed. I've spoken to Ed with this. He would like to see redundancy in the grit room, meaning that if one went bad, you turn on the other one and you don't have to worry about any cross-connection issues. When I first got here 2.5 years ago, I went through and got a bunch of proposals for you guys from like Swift and MI Plumbing and this company EMS Plumbing, and they came in the cheapest. And we had them install 2 new ones back in 2015. I'm gonna ask for you guys to approve or talk about replacing the other 2 so there's redundancy in case one fails. If one did fail on the potable water, we'd have to shut our water off at the plant, and seeing how it's a dead end, before we could turn it back on, you would have to flush the line, chlorinate it, take back T samples and all that kind of stuff, so it could turn into a lot of work for the DPW if we, some reason, did have to shut the water completely off. That's about what I got. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Well, since you're here and we're talking about the bar screen, I just want to go through some things. It's on the agenda here, see if we're going to do it. But I want your opinion. I know I've talked to you, but the rest of council, that you and Brian and Stuart think you can dismantle it and get it on the truck to be shipped out. But that'll save us some money. But at the end, their crew needs to be there to set it all up so we have the warranty.
And we would buy like stainless steel unit strut and things of that nature to remount the controls. That would be on us. That would just come off the maintenance cap for the materials to do that. But Brian has had that out and pulled before, and he had the welding company across the street weld something on it several years ago.
So I just wanted to, instead of having their crew come and dismantle it for a couple of $1,000s, I think we could save some money. I just wanted to, I ran it by Chris, I wanted to make sure they could handle that part of it.
Technically, it should be out of scope, but I'm not worried about it, so
Okay,
we'll do it. I would like to see something working.
yeah, well, so would I. I mean, again, this is at the headworks, the very beginning of the plant, and it needs to be running so we don't run grit and rags through
You're
that
still
system.
getting grit, but you're not getting the grease and the rags and the, not to be gross, but the tampon applicators that should be put in the trash instead of the toilet and all that type of stuff. You're not getting that in your system that goes and clogs up your pumps.
Yeah, and to reiterate too, you know, people buy stuff that says just flush them, you know, flush them.
Flushable wipes aren't flushable.
Do not do that. Please put it in the trash, because it ends up going through the pumps and
It
getting
cost
tangled up. It costs-
$10,000 last fall for a new pump because there was so much of them built up on the pump cord, it pulled it down and it got sucked up in the impeller.
And the way our system is, when you flush the toilet, within a couple hours, it's at the plant. It's not like it sits in a pipe and
No,
soaks
that's right.
for a month. It's pretty quick with our system.
Same thing with grease is bacon grease. Let it get hard, throw it in the trash.
Yeah. So. I just wanted to go over that while Chris is here, so you could hear him talk about that. So, if nobody has any other questions, I think we're all set with that report then.
I will be in touch with you. I do have one last thing. I have a few annual maintenance cap items that I'm gonna get Steve Clark's approval on before I do them. Because we're so close to the $15,000, if not over already. And we gotta go through June 30th. Is there 30 days in June or 31? 30. Before the new maintenance cap kicks into effect. So the current maintenance cap is in Appendix B. Everything's not in there yet. We run a month behind. So I've got to like back to the lift stations, that's $1,000. Annual service to the generator, annual service to the skid steer. The new condensing unit, getting the HVAC system up. A technician out there to do the annual inspection to keep the warranty going on that, things of that nature. I'm gonna get pre-approved by Steve before I go ahead and just have them done like I usually do, seeing how our maintenance cap's running so tight right now.
Okay, well, thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
Kind of
Chris.
starts with me first, too,
Okay.
so that Steve and I are on the same page.
Are you gonna have a proposal or
He's on the agenda.
motion
For the,
later?
yes, it's, yeah. And on the other, for the backflow preventers, I'll put it on for next time, since. I'm
And you guys, if
just
you
getting
have
it
questions
tonight,
about
so.
that, you can speak to Ed. I mean,
No, it's something.
No,
that's
it's gotta be
needed.
done.
It's gotta be done.
and
We're just getting it right now. I'll put it on the next one.
I'm sorry it took so long, Michelle.
Oh, you
No
did.
problem.
You were good. I didn't give you the look.
Well, it's something we need, it's important.
Please call me, please stop down,
Yeah, if anybody would like to stop down
Anything
and
you'd
put
like to
eyes
see,
on this.
come down and visit me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be in and out of the plant for the next few weeks. I'll probably be here 3 days a week. One of our project managers in Dowagiac is having his shoulder replaced, so I gotta kind of fill in for him, bounce in between there and here, and Stuart's gonna be at Armada every day for the next few weeks, so. But I'll be here 2 to 3 days a week, so. But still feel free to call. You guys all have my number, so. Is that it?
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Steve. I will call you tomorrow, or you can call me.
okay, thanks, Chris.
Thank you. You guys have a great
That's super.
evening. Thank you.
Next is the treasurer's report. Is there any questions? Liaison reports, any liaison reports from council? Come on, planning commission meeting minutes is in your packet. So next is the general business, the consent agenda. Approval of the regular council meeting.
Before they approve that though, I just noticed something on item E. If you'll go to that page, GB 1E, where it says the
Admin fees.
admin fees. One was omitted. The STI admin fees to the general. If you just pencil that into yours. STI of $150 per week.
Is there a page number
It's
on there?
$150 per week.
Per week, for each week.
What page is that?
It's, E.
It says attached increases. These are all increases, or these
No,
are?
these are all the same.
Okay, because it says on there, it's recommending the attached increases, that's why
No, what are you looking at?
Right on the thing where it
The
says the
summary.
village treasurer is recommending the attached increases. That should just be the,
Oh, well, yeah, this is
Okay, all
used every
right,
year.
I'm just asking, these
Has
are all,
nothing
you're
to do with your
increasing
motion.
it. Okay, because I'm like, we
Yeah.
didn't talk about that at the budget,
No,
so.
they're the same.
Okay, all
Yeah.
What is
right.
supposed to be added, Joe?
STI to general at $150 per week.
Yeah, that wasn't in there last year.
Okay, any other questions on that? So, approval of the regular council meeting minutes of March 12th, payment of bills, list of depository, investment policy, set proposed administration fees for village accounts, approval of special council meeting minutes of March 14th. So what is the council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, I'll move the consent agenda be accepted as
Amended.
amended.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
I need to pull the minutes. I saw something that was wrong under old business on the sewer plant.
Oh,
Right now?
no, they pull it now.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
before approval, because then we can fix it.
Yeah. Any other,
Wait, he's gotta tell me what's wrong.
Oh, in the engineering amount, it says $3,900. I know I said $55,000.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what page is this on?
Page 2 of the minutes,
55,000.
old business for the sewer plant.
I like my number better.
And I do too, but
Okay,
Okay.
so minutes are amended as is this.
So we don't have to pull them then?
No,
No.
we can fix it here.
Let me get there first.
Oh, now wait a minute, boy, it's been a long time since we've had minute. I think we gotta pull it and put it into the agenda.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting, it's been a long time.
You added on to the next.
Yep. Heard ya. All right, so we'll put that in as K.
That's good, all right.
Well, at least we know what the correction is.
The rest of the cable's not wrong.
So we have support, or a motion and a support. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I abstain on the special meeting.
Okay. Move on to the old business. West Main Street update, Mr. Ballard, your
Yes.
department, please.
Yes, today I signed and sent over the Army Corps of Engineers and the MDEQ permitting to Row Incorporated for our culvert out on West Main Street. That's where we stand right now.
Okay, between you and I know we haven't heard, from our county commissioner.
Correct.
So, but I think maybe we should,
Give her a call.
Or I'll give her a call myself and
Okay.
see if there's any new business there.
Okay.
We're interested in money, actually.
Yes,
Lyle, did we have any idea of a price for the culvert? I know we talked about possible relining and possible.
Yeah, relining they would not recommend doing a relining on that. They said take it out and put a corrugated metal culvert underneath there, and Mark, what is that price, 75,000 or something like that?
Okay.
Around that
I want to say 75,000.
So the relining is totally out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd been nice if we could have,
Yeah.
but,
But she did state she would try to get us some money if she could.
Okay.
So, money's tight all over, and we're really tight, so, we'll report back soon as we hear. So, new business, we have a public hearing on special assessments for police, protection costs and expenses. That's right now, and the time is 7:28. Entertain a motion?
I'll move that we go into public hearing at 7:28 PM.
Is there support?
Support.
By Clark? I think that's what I heard first.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we gave it to Bell.
Yeah.
Bell.
Sam?
Yeah.
Gotta have a roll.
Yes.
Ballard?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I jumped
Was there
ahead.
any further discussion first? If not, roll call please.
Ballard?
Yes.
Elke? Yes. Cooper?
Yes.
Woollett?
Yes.
Conan?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. It's opened up now for public hearing. Anybody would like to address the council at this time on its special assessments for the police protection costs and expenses?
I have a question. State your name. I just said that if there's any questions, please state your name.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's any questions, please state your name, and you have 3 minutes if you want to address us. Yes, sir.
I really don't know a lot about it. My name is Robert Castle, and you explained to me how much this is gonna be, what this is for, somebody please do that. All I got was a notice in the mail that you guys are having this here.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, let Joe do it.
Yeah,
No.
Joe,
The PA 30, it's for the PA 33, which is a special assessment for police and safety. We voted it, we had this public hearing last year, we voted it in to go ahead and do the assessment, so we don't have to do another public hearing for assessing the district, because the entire village is the district, and once it's set the first time, that's all we have to do. But each year, we have to do a public hearing that gives the public an opportunity to speak, ask questions, make comments, find out what it is, and what the money will be used for is for our police department, and our police department only. It can't be used for the sewer, for the water, for anything like that. It's completely dedicated to public safety for within our police department's parameters. Last year, we voted in 3.5 mils. This year, we've reduced it to 3.25 mils, so a little bit less will be levied throughout the district. I have in file the assessment the charge is not going to be the same amount. It's not a flat rate, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not a flat rate. It's assessed based on your taxable value of your property. So hers won't be the same as yours won't be the same as mine. It depends on what your assessment on your property is. And then it will be 3.5 mils. 3.25, I'm sorry, 3.25 on,
So I was already assessed with this last year then? I
yes,
paid taxes on this last year.
yes. you
This
did.
year's gonna go down?
Yes.
That girl.
But that doesn't mean your taxes will go down.
Sorry?
Every year, there's an opportunity to go up or
Every year.
down,
Yeah,
as the budget requires.
yeah.
Okay. And what exactly I mean, I know it's gonna be used by the police department, but is there, this to hire new officers, or is that part of it, or?
The PA
Pay 'em,
33,
you wanna pay them.
Yes.
yeah, it can be used for anything within the police department's
Okay.
budget. So,
That's fine, thank you.
you're welcome.
And it's possible that maybe it'll go just a little bit lower in that percentage too, isn't it, Joe?
Yes, well,
We're just watching.
Well, yes, we'll be watching it very carefully, Natalie, as we progress through the year, you know, so, and if need be, maybe it might be back to, you know, the 3.5 possibly. But we're gonna try not to.
oh, I don't think so. I think it'll probably fall within the same things of reducing a little bit each year until maybe we reach a stable, got to have amount, so.
But it'll be at that rate this whole year.
Yes.
It's not gonna
No, it
fluctuate
won't
on a
fluctuate.
dime,
Not
dime.
yet, not
Just this whole year, it'll be 3.25, so.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I haven't.
3.25.
All right,
We'll correct that when we do the.
are we gonna close the public hearing now?
Mr. President, I'll move that we close the public hearing at 7:33. 7:33. Okay.
Second.
Moved and supported, any further discussion?
Nope, not on exiting.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, we're gonna move on to the capital charges for
Nope.
water.
Nope, you gotta approve the resolution.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to adopt the resolution confirming the annual special assessment role for the Village of Armada Police Special Assessment District, confirming the special assessment role for the purpose of defraying police protection costs in the Armada Village Police Special Assessment District, and directing further proceedings for the collection and distribution of the special assessment levy on the taxable value of all lands and premises in the district.
A second.
Moved and supported.
Who's second?
Cooper.
It doesn't matter. He wants.
Hey, we're still on the second page today.
Save it for the good one.
You have so many pages here.
Yeah, we do.
A lot.
This should probably be a roll call.
Yeah, okay, let's go for a roll call, please.
Ballard?
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
Belkey? Yes. Clark?
Yes.
Conan?
Yes.
Wolock?
Yes. Motion carried. All right, now I'm all set to go with the capital charges for water and sewer.
Well, these were prepared with what was discussed in the budget meetings. I'm hoping that Steve had a chance to look at this, and make sure that everything's right. You have last year's in front of you, too.
Do you have to read all of these?
No, you just have to read the resolution.
I make a motion to adopt the attached resolutions approving the new water and sewer rates.
Support. It has been moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Belkey?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Ballard?
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
Conan?
Yes.
Wolock?
Yes. Motion carried.
Mr. President, I just want to raise one little point here. We had a situation where we found out the township hall was not hooked into our sewer system. We had to do a connection. And I would like to revisit the connection fee at a later date when Jeff is here. Especially when you have, it's one thing, you're out in the middle of a field and you're doing new construction. You get into a situation where you're in a built-up area, you're tearing up sidewalks, you're tearing up roads, landscaping and whatnot. I would like to have something put in here that covers us more than for what the sewer connection fee is, almost $1,400. Well, it wouldn't take long to go through $1,400 if I had to dig up our new road out here.
The new road's
or
gonna
something
cost
like that.
$1,400 to patch.
So I just want to mention that now, and when Jeff is here, I'll bring it up and see if he can work something that we can put back in this.
You say the town hall is not connected to our sewer?
Sewer system, right.
They were tied into Larry's, they had a problem, they didn't find it until, I guess, they scoped it. And so they did a tap in, just.
So they've been tied into Larry's?
Yeah,
That's just old piping.
that's what happened back
Yep.
50, 60 years ago. They just,
90
well,
years ago.
instead of running this all the way over here, let's jog it over to this line and tie
Turn
in.
to Woody's lawn, sure.
So,
That happened at my house.
That means they haven't been paying a sewer charge?
no, they have been paying, they've been paying all along.
Okay.
They just weren't connected.
Just weren't connected.
Right.
So we.
Well, they were connected, they just weren't connected where they should have been.
Right. So we drafted a letter and we presented it to them so they knew what they had to pay. So Ed and Dave tapped it in and then they had, I think Reinhardt come in and run a new line from their building into where Ed had tapped it in out here.
Okay.
But again, I just want to bring up, I mean, it might not happen again, but I want to be covered
Crazy.
because we've got a few empty lots here in town.
Darn.
And you might be digging up a road and $1,400 is not gonna cover fixing a road back to what it should be. I don't want things gravel and cold patch, it's
No.
gotta be done right.
I
So, anyway, that's for just
Well, he'll
information.
be here at the next meeting, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll bring it up before that.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. Next is the set the proposed millage rates, which we have here too.
President, I'll resolve.
Wait, there's a correction.
I was
There
gonna
is a
say.
correction.
Should be 3.25.
Yep, the PA 33, I set the proposed millage when we were in the workshops. And since then, we reduced the PA 33. So the PA 33 is 3.2500. So your total proposed millage is 16.0613.
Okay.
So if you will use that number.
16 point what?
0613.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to accept the recommendation by Treasurer Adair to propose the 2018 tax millage rate at the maximum allowable levy as permanently reduced by MCL 211.34D and authorized under the Truth in Taxation MCL .21124E with full understanding that these requested tax levies will be reduced if necessary to comply with the state constitutional Article 9, Section 31, MXL Section 2, MCL Sections 211.24E and 211.34. The following rates shall be proposed. General Fund, 9.1511 mils. Municipal Street Fund, 3.6602 mils. PA 33, 3.2500 mils. And the total millage rate of 16.0613 mils.
Okay, support?
Support.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? Roll.
Ballard,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Pelkey. Yes. Bullock,
Yes,
Cooper,
Yes,
and Conan.
Yes.
motion carried. 2018-2019 wage allocations for treasurer and clerk. What's council's wishes?
I make a motion to establish the compensation for the clerk of the village of Armada in the amount of $25,993.08 annually, effective April 1st, 2018. Should I do the second one now?
No, you
No,
don't get a second.
no, one at a time. Is there support?
I'll support that.
Has been moved and supported. Any further discussion? It's involving money, so we're gonna have a roll call, please.
Belkey,
Yes?
Conan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Bullock,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Cooper.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next is the treasurer's amount.
I make a motion to establish the compensation for the treasurer of the village of Armada in the amount of $37,305.57 annually, effective April 1st, 2018.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Belkey,
Yes?
Ballard,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Bullock,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Motion carried. Now we have another public hearing to adopt the fiscal year 2018-2019 budget. And it is 7:43. I'll entertain a motion, please.
Mr. President, I'll move that we enter the public hearing at 7:43.
And support
Support.
by Belkey.
Yep.
Any further discussion? If not, roll call, right?
Ballard,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes?
Cooper, yes, Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes, motion carried. So, at this time, anyone who would like to address the 2018 budget
I do.
from the public?
Anybody in the public? No question?
Go ahead.
Okay. On page 7 of 7 on your general fund budget. Alright, the font, where you go right down the bottom of the page to where it says total expense. The font is you have little squares or little number signs, pound signs. That's because the font is too small to type or to print. So the number that is in there is $40,819.32. So all the other numbers are all adding up correctly because that number is in the computer. It's just the printer won't accept it because it's too big for the size of the-
40,819?
32.
Is that 7 of 7?
I don't know where that comes from.
You told me that today. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, page 7 to 7, Mark.
Okay.
40,819.32. 40.
Oh, there
You
it
put
is.
your-
All right,
put
that's
your
a,
decimal
I was gonna
point
say,
in the wrong spot.
and that's a positive, right? And a negative?
Yes. I'm sorry, no, that is a negative.
Okay.
I'm sorry, negative 40,819.32. And all the numbers remain the same because the computer added them, it just, because the printer wouldn't print that.
It's an Excel thing.
Do we need a new computer?
No, it's a
No,
program,
it's
it's
just
a
an Excel
program
thing, it's just
thing.
the font was too large to print in that column. So, because of the negative brackets, where the rest of them did print because they weren't in negative.
Anything else? Public hearing is open. If not, I'll entertain a motion at 7:46 for a motion.
Mr. President, I'll move we go out of public hearing at 7:46.
Can we say exit the public hearing?
Yes,
at
exit.
7:46?
Yeah,
Thank you.
exit.
The motion says.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, roll call.
Oh, where are they gonna get those numbers from? No, we don't need to roll call. No, we did that.
They're on the budget.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
So if you want, when they read it, I can give them the,
Yeah.
expected surplus.
Next is the employee sick time payout.
Adopt motion to adopt the motion.
Oh, wait a minute, let me get it again.
Apologize, it's 114
I'm sorry,
pages
we
in
have-
this agenda packet, so.
So many papers here tonight.
You do. You got more than usual.
I'm not a paper shuffler.
So make sure when you go, whoever's doing the motion, make sure when you go through, you get the right, pick up the right number.
That's why Joe's gonna give it to us.
That's fine. No, you right, yeah, right there. You just had it. That's it, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
That's it, so they need to make that motion.
All right. So what is the council's wishes?
Is he ready?
You making that motion, right?
Put it in the figure.
On this one.
You're right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotta take out paper.
Yeah, that would be helpful. It's too many pages.
Joe, can you give us our projected surpluses?
Yep, if you want to, I can do it as you do them, or I can do them all right now.
How about we do it as we do it? Mr. President, I'll resolve to adopt the fiscal year 2018-2019 budgets for the following funds as presented. General fund,
Projected surplus of $374,850.65.
for municipal street fund,
70, you want to vote on each one of these separately?
No, it's all
Okay.
one.
all one.
$71,850,
For major street fund,
$195,862,
and for local street fund,
$22,985,
water fund,
$421,079.64.
and sewer fund.
Could money give that water again, please? 421,000.
Oh, 79.64.
Oh, 79. I didn't get the 64 cents.
Yeah, it was, I know the auditor likes us to take cents out, and I was gonna go back to them around, and I did a few of them, but got busy today, and so those are actual things.
And sewer fund.
And sewer fund is $74,669.70.
Support?
Okay, moved and supported. Any further discussion? The major street fund again was what, 195 or what?
195,862.
Even on it.
Even. She did that.
I did get her on the ground, really want the goofy situation with the phones today was crazy.
All right, so, yeah, we want a roll call on this one for sure. It's money, so,
Ballard,
Yes.
Belkey? Yes. Wallach,
yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cronin,
Yes.
Cooper?
Yes.
So motion carried.
Okay, one thing I did forget to mention too was that this budget is exactly as we approved at our last workshop. There were no further changes.
Do we need to put the DDA in there?
No, we did DDA,
Okay, we
but
did that before, okay. All right. Okay,
All right, now we're gonna go to the,
please.
employee sick times, right? Ed Serbatowski has requested a payout on his, which they're entitled to, once a year. What is the council's wishes?
Resolved to grant the request made by employee Edward Saratowski pursuant to Article 4 of the employee agreement for payment of personal sick time in the amount of $1,335.21.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, clerk call roll, please.
Ballard,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Wolock,
Yes,
Conan,
Yes.
motion carried. Next is the approval of the employee agreements. So the first will be Ed Sarbatowski.
we do them all together.
We do them all together?
Yeah, we do them all together.
All right. So Dave Wagner, Michael Patrick, James Sharp, Andrew Q. What is the council's wishes?
I make a motion to approve the employee agreements between the Village of Armada and Edward Saratowski, David Wagner, Michael Patrick, James Sharp, and Andrew Cubitt.
Support.
Then moved and supported. Any further discussion? Let me get a roll call, please.
Cooper,
Yes.
Here.
I'm here too.
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Wolock.
Yes.
Contracts, we can't keep them.
At this point in the game, we'll just do it after, but now we're approving, so doesn't really matter if they keep them. She just asked if we should turn them all in. We're going to make
Oh,
this
no.
during executive because now it's, so.
Next is to consider the compliance with the PA 152 of 2011 through the continued implementation of the 80/20 employee health care contribution. So this is something we've done, isn't it, every year?
Yep, we have to do it every year.
Yes.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to comply with Public Act 152 of 2011 by continuing the 80/20 option for the village's contribution to the cost of employee health insurance effective beginning February 1st, 2018.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Nope, not on this one, nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the sewer plant
Thank you.
update.
Hold on,
Steve.
hold on.
I would rather you do a roll call
We can
on
do a
that,
roll call on
because it
that.
is money.
That's fine. I don't think we ever have, but
That's my issue, it's mine.
okay, Belkey, Ballard. Belkey,
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Wolock,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes.
So that motion again is carried.
Yeah.
Now it's really approved.
Now we're gonna go to the sewer plant update again. Steve, did you have anything
Yes.
more?
Well, I talked to you last meeting about rebuilding the filter screen. You had paperwork then. They gave us a price of $55,000 to rebuild, and to have their people come at the tail end of things to put it back together, it's $3,900, which is a total of $58,900. And I would like to bump that up to a not to exceed $60,000 in case there's some differences here and there, so we don't have to do anything else. So I would like to make a motion to have the filter screen rebuilt.
Hold on, go slow, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Have the filter screen rebuilt with the employees from F&B to disassemble and load it on a truck
Hold on.
to be shipped to Florida.
Load truck to ship. Okay.
Florida to be rebuilt at a price of $55,000.
55,000, okay.
And then when it's shipped back, they will have their people on hand to rebuild it so that we are covered under warranty. If they aren't there to put it back together, the warranty is void. So we want to have our
Okay,
warranty.
so, and when returned,
When returned, they will,
have, what's the name of the company?
it is Hydradyne. I will give you this whole packet.
Returned, have Hydradyne employees
Install.
Install, and they have a price of $3,900.
Install.
On top of the 55?
Yeah, on top of the 55.
Cost, 3,900?
Yes. But I would like to bump up the whole thing, that would give a total of 58,900. I would like to say it not to exceed of $60,000 for the rebuild.
So how about total, project not to exceed
$60,000.
60,000?
I'll support.
Okay, it's moved and supported.
I do have a question for Steve. Now, Steve, this is what we're talking about, where Gary Thomas had suggested we use, but Gary Thomas had got a hold of me, he thought possibly he could get us the screening material from a company he knew of that could do it, would do, you know, for lesser money if we bought that screening from them, but this company has to control the whole assembly.
Because they're gonna rebuild motors, rebuild
Yeah.
bearings, and have everything set up. And if they don't do it, we're not covered under any warranty.
But it was nice, somebody
Yeah.
looked at, watched the meeting on, you know, on TV, saw that maybe they knew something could help us out and called me, so thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Well, I appreciate that, but.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody with some input.
Well, sometimes our hands are tied, and so,
Yeah,
I mean, we
Yeah.
have to make that.
but they control the whole assembly,
Yes,
and
they do.
if they're gonna warrant it,
And
they're
it's gonna be
gonna.
as good as new for 1/3 of the price.
How long is the warranty?
1 year, and if we've had a totally new unit, it'll be 1 year.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, so, and this is one of the things that DEQ has been after us, and again, it's at the headworks of the plant, and we need to get it fixed.
I can't remember, we talked about probably a new price on that too.
Well, what I wanted to confirm is that Chris and the guys were capable of disassembling and putting it on a truck. So we didn't have to have their crew come up from Florida for a price of a couple $1,000s to do all that. I mean, we'll have some extra costs with Chris and the guys, but not near as much as that. And they're familiar with the unit, they've had it apart before.
Sounds good.
Oh, is that what this is?
No,
That's different.
No, that's different.
It's coming back.
That's coming back.
You
Okay.
don't want to do it tonight?
No, I got enough stuff going on.
It's been a lot of money.
I know. The
Well,
sewer plant is expensive. Like I say, come on down and visit.
I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that's gotta work.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's nothing worse than, I won't even get into
Love it.
I won't even go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been moved and supported. Yes, that much money we need a roll call.
Yeah.
Clark,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Wallach.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Motion carried, thanks, Mr. Clark. At this time, the up and coming agenda items.
We have two things added. We have this bank
J and
resolution
K.
added, and we have the minutes.
I'm sorry I didn't write it down.
J is my resolution to open the savings account for the sewer fund. As we discussed throughout budget workshops, we know that the cost of changing the filters in the water plant is $250,000. So right now, it's not an immediate necessity to replace them today or tomorrow. It ain't broke yet, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you do need to put the money away to start saving for the time and date that they do expire and we have to replace them. So we did discuss opening a separate savings account for the water fund, for those funds, and budget it in the budgets each year, the amount that you want to allocate to put into that fund. So in this current budget year, we have $25,000 that we allocated in this 17-18 budget, this current budget. So that's what I'm going to open it with at this point, is the 25,000 from the current budget year into a savings account. I met with the bank this morning and we will get a rate of 1.5, which is a very good rate for a savings account right now. So I would like to do that tomorrow. So if somebody wants to read the resolution.
I entertain a motion.
The bank resolution?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
The whole thing?
Regular
Yeah.
council meeting consisting of a
326.
quorum or more of governing body duly called and held March 26th. The following resolution was adopted. Be it resolved that the village council authorized the treasurer to open a savings account with funds drawn from the water receiving account at Lake Stone Bank. The transaction of this organization drawn on Fifth Third Bank and orders for transfer or withdrawal of the funds of the organization on deposit in said firm bank in whatever form shall be signed by any two of the following members: Joe Adair, the treasurer; Michelle Polis, the clerk; Marvin Wolak, the president; or David Conan, president pro tem, and no others. Be it further resolved that no officer, individual, or member shall be eligible to apply for and receive loans or funds from firm/bank based on the resolutions of this document. I, Michelle Paulus, the Village of Armada Clerk, do hereby certify the foregoing is an accurate copy of the resolution passed here, therein set forth.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle, that was great.
Go a little further than you two.
Oh, that's all right.
That's okay.
Well, she's already signed it, I haven't signed it, so we'll be official when I sign it.
You're good.
Who you want to be?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I want to stamp.
I'll support
Did you
that.
support that? Okay.
Support that, okay.
Do you want to roll on that?
I want a roll call on it.
Yeah. Good, we'll move on.
Ballard,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Belkey. Yes. Cooper,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes, motion carried.
We'll get the minutes.
There, it's signed, I don't have to worry about that.
No, you're good.
So on the minutes, should it just say
So-
as amended? We talked about it.
Yeah, well, when you make the motion, yeah, it says amended, but I wanted to ask you, so, I should put the quote I file from Hydrodynamic, in the amount of $55,000
That's what I.
plus
I don't-
$3,900 for reinstallation.
Well,
or
You could
use-
put that on there, but I know I just said the
Okay,
55,000
then just take it
But-
out.
at that meeting.
These
so-
have to reflect what was
Yeah,
said at
no, I
that
just
meeting.
wondered if you.
So
Yeah,
they-
all I
I wrote
mentioned was the
3,900,
55.
so,
So that's
Okay.
what should be in.
And that's what I wanted to confirm,
okay.
what they could do,
Then
what we
we're
couldn't
just
do.
changing the 3,000 or 3,900 to 55,000.
55,000, yes.
Okay. All right.
I'll
As
make
amended.
a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Support.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now, I guess it's all set for citizen comments?
No, upcoming,
Oh,
You're
up-
bringing
yeah,
back
yeah.
sewer
yeah,
stuff.
I've got two items for upcoming, the backflow preventers at the sewer plant, and the sewer and water connection fees to have Jeff take a look at.
Sewer and water connect, you want to do both?
Yeah, because it could be the same situation,
Yeah.
so I want to cover in both of those.
Okay.
I have one also. We want to discuss having an increase in detective fees since we only have the 2-day-a-week detective. The duties are getting too much at the police department for chief to keep up with, so we would like to discuss about having on whoever's filling in for that detective on the other days that he isn't able to make it in, that they get paid a different rate, like we did last time.
Oh.
Okay, we're bringing that back next month.
Next week.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Next-
So would this
next
be
meeting,
a,
yes.
this would be a temporary or interim rate until such time that,
Well, we have a one-year contract that only has our current detective 2 days a week.
right?
And so it's up to chief if he needs to pull in more detective work, he'd be paying this officer, whoever performs the work, the increased position for the detective work.
Only for the detective work,
Correct.
not for road patrol.
No, only for detective work.
And only the term of this one-year contract at this time?
Yes,
Well, yeah.
yeah, it is,
All
right.
right,
I mean, it's as needed, right?
yeah.
So,
Okay.
but we can discuss it at the next meeting. It's the same as we did last time when Jimmy was on surgery.
Very good.
Now we're just up to citizens' comments if we
Yeah.
don't have any more things coming up.
I think we're on the same page now.
I think we are. Just took us till the end of the meeting, it's good though.
Is that the last?
Please don't give me a book next time that we wait. I know you're
I
doing
need some
a
kudos
job.
for putting it together. It's a big job.
So, yes, anyhow, citizen comments at this time. It's open again. State your name. 3 minutes for the record, please. Yes, Matt.
My name is Carol Prozowski, and I live on Church Street.
Carol, can you please spell your last name?
Really?
P.
P-R-Z-Y-H-O-C-K-I.
C-K-I. Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, we'd have all got that right.
Yeah.
Simple Polish name. I was just wondering, the budget for the local roads, 22,000, what can you do with that little amount of money? I mean, I'm talking, well, my thing is that the Congregational Church is between Torrey and Fulton, and we've had people fall coming out of the church when it's dark, and it's in such disrepair, right? I mean, that's not the only one, but 22,000, can you maybe just patch potholes with that much money?
Are you talking about the fund balance?
Well, yeah, that's what we.
Well, that's what I
You might
caught
wanna
when you,
explain
when
that.
it was read, local roads.
Yeah,
22,000 was mentioned.
Why don't you explain how the
Okay.
whole thing
How-
works with the
How you
road?
get, well, and how you get to that number of 22,000 is we estimate a fund balance in this current budget year of approximately $40,000. We have an income coming into the local fund of approximately $90,000. We have expenditures in that fund of $107,015, so not just 22. So if you take the prior year balance, the total income that's coming into that account, subtract the expenses that's coming out, and that's where you get the fund balance of 22,985. We've had a lot of road construction in the last few years. What we've targeted is the streets, which typically are major streets, that can get MDOT funding. So when you get that, it's kind of hard to say no, that I'm not gonna do that street, but, and we are very well aware that the local streets are in dire need of repair. I don't even know that there's a Band-Aid that could fix them at this point, they are so deteriorated. But we are going to, in this upcoming 18-19 budget year, we are going to, in the past, we had fund savings accounts on different funds that allowed us to put money aside so that in the future we could build enough to do smaller projects. And the local streets are smaller projects in comparison to the major streets. There is no funding from MDOT for local streets, so that's completely out of pocket. So, and later as we get into this new budget year, we will be setting up funds again for those and putting money aside to do the smaller projects. And, hopefully we can maybe, we immediately, just because we open those accounts, we won't have the money to fix something immediately, but we're hoping that we will be able to build it relatively fast to start picking away at some of the smaller streets, Fair Street, Torrey Street, Simon Street, Lathrop. They're horrible, absolutely horrible. Teats.
Then the quadrant.
Simons, Burrows.
Yeah,
Well,
Simon.
another problem we have is the utilities under the streets.
Right.
You don't want to be putting a new road in over 80-year-old pipes, because you know that you're going to be digging it up.
Right.
So it goes hand in hand. Got to be money in the sewer fund, the sewer, and the water fund, so there's a lot more involved than just the streets.
repaving
Again,
that
we
street.
realize, the need for it, but it's hard to come up to get all three, everything together.
We're not gonna be doing any streets this year.
Not local.
Well,
We are
West Main,
working on West
major.
Main, and West Main's supposed to be in year 19.
The construction.
Construction.
But I have put those on your budgets for you to pay attention to, so. That's the anticipated project timeline, but it is under MDOT's control. So if something happened that, maybe the
funding.
bridge, maybe the bridge went like that and it got done, and so now they've got good weather and they've got some time to get moving faster on the construction end of it. We don't anticipate construction at this time, but that could change.
I just don't wanna give the
Maybe a
idea that
longer
we're
weather
paving.
season.
Right now, we don't have any paving
Other than West
Well,
Main.
set up.
Because we want to get the major roads done first, because we're getting MDOT funding. Once the MDOT funding is, this is our last major road. After that, we can concentrate more efforts into the other streets in the village. Granted, we won't have as much money because we won't have any MDOT matching at all, but we will be able to knock off a little at a time after that. But this is the last major one that we really can't walk away from.
Unless our friends in Lansing can come up with some scratch.
If we knew anyone in Lansing, we could ask.
Anybody that went up there? Yeah.
So, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, anyone else? Any council comments?
Saturday, they had the ABA, the Armada Business Association, Easter egg hunt, and it was really great. Joe filmed it.
Very
There.
cold.
Of course, it's cold, but they had a magician there, and they had the Easter Bunny there, and every kid could get,
All the
I don't know,
candy,
all the
the
eggs they wanted. They were filling them up, and it was just really a nice event, especially for the kids. But I think a lot of parents and grandparents really enjoyed it.
Very good. Anything else?
I'd like to thank Jeff for coming out. Nice to see you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jen.
Glad to be here.
I'd also like to announce the school schedule. So Friday, or Thursday, this Thursday is a half day, and then starting Friday is spring break until they don't go back to school until April 9th. Just so everyone's aware, school kids will be everywhere in the next week. So.
Okay, very good.
homes, lucky doors.
So that ends our community events then too as well? Okay, I'm gonna entertain, we don't have a closed session now.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
It's been long enough, right? So I'll entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
Time is 8:11. I make the motion to adjourn.
Support.
Vote and support. All right, any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carried.